How's it going? So for this week's video, I thought I will pop around to the front garden and give you guys a bit of a look at what's growing out there. Just had a question about the coffee, which is out there, which I will show you guys and explain what's happening as well. And then we'll also see some of the other figs and also the tomatoes and capsicums that are growing out the front.
Alright, so here we are at the front garden, and so mainly, as you'll see, we have a lot of figs in the little containers. A couple of them were actually from the backyard from the last video, and I did move them out here just to help create this little dugout. But I think they're just like the ones that had been out here are just doing a lot better, just because this is north facing, so we get all the sun all day pretty much. So they're in full sun all day and they really love it. Then I'm not quite sure what this is, but this was just a little gift from our grandparents just to help with a bit of screening. And they're just a couple more figs. Then around here we have yet again another fig, but here is something that is very exciting. So this is the coffee, which you probably don't recognize because it is much more and has no leaves. And I thought it was dead. It had this one little leaf left. But I have just noticed that it is starting to reshoot now, which is awesome, and it's got a couple more reshoots on little shoots on the other side, so hopefully that'll keep growing well, and it'll just make a really good comeback. Okay, and so here we have some of the tomatoes. So this one is the Amish paste, and this is just being grown in one of the 15-litre root pouches. And this is actually doing quite well for a considerably small container, I guess. But yeah, no, it's growing like a champion. It's putting on loads of flushes of flowers at the moment, so really looking forward to the fruit. And this variety is particularly good at preserving. So I have grown this before. Grew this a couple of seasons ago, and it was actually quite nice, sweet flesh. So really looking forward to seeing how this does here. So as a support system, instead of having the traditional stakes, I've just gotten some string, and in between the corrugated iron, like up here, I just got a bulldog clip and tied the string onto that and then clipped it in there so it's nice and secure, and then have just wound up the tomatoes. So yeah, that looks to be doing quite well. Then down here we have a couple of capsicums. I think these are the variety Sweet Mama, so I think they're a smaller capsicum, smaller in size, but they're supposed to be quite nice and sweet, and it has got flowers on it, which is beautiful. So hopefully we'll be having a few little capsicums soon. And then here we have my other tomato. So this is the variety Red Fig, and it is putting out again loads of flowers. They're everywhere at the moment, nice trusses. And this one, so it's another heirloom, just like the Amish paste, but this one, the Red Fig, they say is probably one of the best varieties for doing sun-dried tomatoes, which I'm absolutely thrilled about. So I'm absolutely giving this one a crack of trying some sun-dried tomatoes from these. So they're like a little pear shape. I think they're about this big, sort of in a bit of a pear shape. And yeah, it's supposed to be really good for sun-dried tomatoes. So this one is in the 30-litre root pouch. It does have the tray underneath, unlike all the other root pouches at the moment. Particularly over the last couple of days, it's been, besides today's about 20 degrees, although it is still only 8:30 in the morning. But the past 3 days, it's been over 30 degrees. So having that tray is really, really good just for extra water. But yeah, this one has the 2 main leaders, again, just growing up. And it's really nice because it's going to be providing us with a bit of a screen, especially when I'm sitting here in the morning or during the day, which would be really, really awesome. And then lastly, for the front garden, we have another little capsicum, same variety, again in the 15-litre root pouch, except this one is having a few problems with the slaters. Now, ever since I put the chicken manure on here, as you can see a couple there, or they're also called roly-polies, I think, in America. But yeah, this one's got quite a few problems. It's being attacked. Ever since I put the chicken manure on, you find them everywhere. So there's a couple along there, but particularly yesterday they were crawling everywhere. So if you have any control suggestions for slaters or roly-polies, please leave them in the comments section below, and I'd love to hear from you. But otherwise, that is pretty much it from the front garden.
So there you go, guys, that is it for the video. But if you did like that, then want to get you to do a couple of things. First of all, make sure you give it a big thumbs up. Secondly, leave any comment suggestions or questions that you have for me about just container gardening or growing your own food. Just leave them below and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. And then lastly, if you really did enjoy it, then make sure that you hit that subscribe button and then click on the bell notification. This way you will always get an update whenever I post a new video here on my YouTube channel, and then you can come along and suss out what I'm talking about. So I hope you're all having a cracker of a week, and I will catch you all next video. Cheers all.